Here with Lori, and welcome to the Icing Artist. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a wedding shower cake. I'm going to show you a kind of interesting, twist on a wedding shower cake. I actually designed this dress out of the bride's dress, and then underneath is a really special, kind of sexy surprise. I hope you enjoy it.
So first I'm going to make the corset, and I've chosen to use hot pink and black for my corset. And I'm just going to cut out this kind of shape just to start off with, which is kind of like a rectangle with like two angled edges on the end. And then I'm going to cut out two half circles out of the center of it, and that's going to create almost like the hip line, and then a little triangle out of the top. And really, I'm just creating this image of what a corset would look like. You can also use a picture like from the internet to go by, which will really help you get the shape. I'm going to cut out this black long strip of fondant, and I'm just using my veining tool and pushing it against my mat and really like pulling it towards me, and that's going to create this ruffled effect. And I'm going to line the corset with this. So I'm going to line it around the bottom and around the top. And this is going to help make it look a little dainty and delicate and pretty. Nice and frilly. And I'm just going to cut out this really, really long kind of weird shape, triangle. And that's going to be going up the center. And that's going to help that when I do the laces going down it, it'll give it something to lace up kind of too. Now just with a black edible marker, I'm going to draw on some of these other details. And I'm also going to put some little bows on my corset. So I've just cut out a long strip, and I've folded two edges into the center. And then I'm cutting out these little strips, and that's going to be for the bottom of my bow. And I'm just going to put two around the legs, and then one up at the top in the center afterwards. And I'm just going to use some really thin strips to kind of lace down the corset like that. That part took a really long time, kind of fast forward through it, but that's what it looks like when it's all done. Now you're going to want to let that dry for a couple days. Now for the dress, I'm going to roll out some white fondant, and I'm rolling it kind of into the shape of the dress. That way I'm not rolling out more than I really need to. And I've actually drawn the dress on a piece of cardboard and cut out a template for me, and that's going to give me a really nice stiff edge to trace alongside of. And you can print off a dress online. I've actually drawn mine from the bride's dress to make it a little bit extra special. Now her dress actually, it kind of pulls into the center. The fabric all kind of pulls into the center around a brooch. So I'm just going to create these kind of lines to act like all the fabric's being like pulled in. Give it a little bit more texture. And I'm just dusting this tin with just some icing sugar and cornstarch, and that's going to help it to stop from kind of sticking to it. And I want this to dry for about a week because I really want it to be nice and stiff when it goes on the cake, because it actually has to sit on top of the corset so that way it doesn't damage anything. Everything has to be completely dry. I'm just going to make the brooch, and I'm just using some different kinds of fondants. I'm just using some white fondant and some gold dust and silver dust, and I'm just kind of creating this really pretty brooch. And I'm also going to use just some silver balls to kind of add it all in together. And just using some water to help stick it all down. And you can stick that right on top of your dress. Now I've already iced my cake, and now I'm going to cover it in some chocolate fondant. I chose to use chocolate fondant instead of just regular white fondant because I want the white dress to really stand out on this cake. And it also tastes like a Tootsie Roll, which is really yummy. I'm just going to smooth my fondant out and then trim it. You can see full videos on how to cover a cake on fondant on my channel if you want to go to my channel after the video. And I've just cut out this long strip of gray fondant, and I've just dusted it silver just to help bring out some of the details in the brooch and give the cake a little bit more color. I'm just going to wrap that around the base of the cake. And I'm going to stick my corset on top. As you can see, this dress is really, really hard, although you have to be careful because you don't want to risk kind of breaking it or snapping in half when you're transferring it over. And you can just lay that right on top of your cake. And I'm just filling the edges of it in with fondant so you can't see the edges. You can see when you lift it up, there's your kind of sexy surprise underneath this kind of beautiful, elegant dress.
I really hope that you guys enjoyed this week's video, and I hope that you guys have fun making your own wedding dress cake. And it's really fun to be able to design it according to the dress, that if you know what the dress is going to be of the bride, that's really fun because I think it's going to make it extra special for her. And I hope that you guys have a lot of fun with it. If you do take this idea and you guys do make a cake, please post the pictures on my Facebook. I'd love to see them. And I'll see you later.